Welcome back, welcome back. So, I said in one of my videos, and I'm thinking about it now, how the construction of a city is a literal machine. You know, like once you start like going to the sky views and seeing the geometrical shapes, and a lot of times if you actually get to move from state to state, not just live in your hometown and never see nothing, you know, when you don't see nothing, you think things are different. But when you actually go move around and you're like, yo, this is exactly looks like my hometown. Wow, this is built exactly like my hometown. I can get around this place because all I got to do is pretend I'm in my hometown and start right from this landmark of where I lived or whatever. That's the middle part where the McDonald's or the monument or the school, you get it? And you start realizing like, yo, why the fuck, if man is so free, if man is so innovative, why the fuck we keep building the same cities over and over? Why? How come every city is damn near the same? Even though they're different. They're only different because of the environment that they're on. That's what makes the shit different, not because they chose to build it the same. I mean different. Most shit is built the same. And it's because it's the world on top of the world. See, my father built this world. And you're supposed to build and carve your own little thing. What we do, as soon as you put a road down, you are no longer walking on God's green earth. Scientists and shamans and priests and every other fucking smart person learned a long time ago, you're connected to the earth and you need to walk on the earth. Because it gives you energy. Energy passes through the floor. And with the soles of your feet, you're connecting to that energy source. And we just so happen to wear rubber on our feet, which stops the conduction and connection of electricity. So not only do you have a concrete slab cutting you off from the Lord in the ground, you wear rubber shoes to insulate yourself so you definitely won't get no connection. Then, like trees and everything else in the world that grows up towards the Lord's sun, your hair, well, our hair grows towards the Lord's sun, you guys, yours don't. But what do? Make it popular for black people to cut their fucking hair off. You want a job? You want a high-paying job? You're going to cut your fucking connection off. Cut your fucking connection off. You get it? Now, to further that and make people realize we're in the Matrix. You niggas is looking for robot cities. You're in a robot city. Since the 30s, since the beginning of this concrete and the lights and the fucking, those are wires. You get it? What are the robot sentry guards? The police, the government, the fucking, you get it? Who's the creator? Whoever created this architect of the way of life. It wasn't the Lord. It's similar. Like the Matrix was similar to humanity because they needed them. So, they got built from humanity. So, of course, the machine's going to be similar to you. You built the fucking thing. And I realized from watching later on people, meaning countries or villages or whatever the fuck you want, they are behind hundreds of years. Get it? And because their matrix program is behind hundreds of years, they don't develop because you're programmed. You're not allowed to. You have to change. And in order to change, you need to update. You need more knowledge. But when you're stuck in your belief systems, you won't. See, I realized a lot of the world gets tricked not to innovate or whatever, or they can't, you know what I mean? Can't build your own matrix. Something, I don't know. And I'm not saying building civilization isn't a automatic thing. It's going to happen. The more people grow, the more people will build, the more people innovate. But the way I look at this shit, you know what I mean? It's automatic. And the further man innovates and if we just go away from God, more and more. Even though trying to hold on to him and his laws, like all the laws that people follow are the laws of God. You kill people, we put you in jail. You steal, we put you in jail. You become maniac, we put you down and let the Lord deal with you. So what the fuck is the difference between that and, because the Lord said, you're gonna everything starts off original. Everything starts off at 100, the Lord said. And because of freedom and choice and, freedom with free will, people will, choose to go away from the original way. And as you go away from the original ways, well, then you're diluting yourself. You're diluting the reality of your life. And as everyone deludes the truth or deludes this reality, I don't know exactly the right words to choose to go live your own reality. Make your own creation world, whatever. But the further you go away from the truth, the worse the world gets, the worse everything comes. And then the Lord's built-in plan of, if you don't follow my ways, you destroy yourself automatically. Everything that don't live in my order, you will destroy yourself. I don't need to do anything to you. You think you run shit. You think you're smart. You think you know what's going on until you do something that's so out far from my way that it's going to cause chain effects and you will destroy yourself. It's just the natural reality of what we live in, I realize. And living in these cities, like I said, I can't say it's a complete bad thing, you know what I mean? Man is only modeling what I believe is the heavens, Everything that was created from the Lord will be created by man. That's why I said the Lord can't lose, because to fight someone, you have to create something to beat them. The Lord created everything first, so when you finally get it and you think you know what you're doing with it, he's like, dog, I've been stopped using that technology. That shit is weak. It ends up doing this to you, to the environment or your spirit or your soul or whatever. See, that's why that's why I love the Lord. No one... Sound the horns. My daddy's in the building. No one gets that the Lord tried everything first, and he kind of worked everything out, and then that's maybe why Lucifer or whatever the snake was, and it was like, he's hiding knowledge from us. It's not fair. You're too stupid to obtain the technology or knowledge without losing your mind, without thinking you're him and then doing something worse with it. See, this is why I love, the Bible says the Lord asks you to follow these ways and do these things because he is doing them. That's why I love the Lord. Every other God says, I do what the fuck I want to do and you go do what I told you to do. My Father says, I do this shit, so you gotta do it. There's no fucking excuses. And you're not me, so I don't expect you to be perfect. You know what I mean? That's loving. That's what I call a loving man, To know that the things you created are not as smart or wise as you, so you let them know, do your fucking best to walk my ways, because, you listen to them niggas and what they tell you to do. Do what I say, not what I do. That sound like some man shit. Ain't that what your parents told you? I know you see me lying, little nigga, but don't you be lying. I know you see me cheating on daddy, but don't you tell him. Be a good girl, don't cheat on your husband, but you see mama sucking dick. Like, get the fuck out of here. People are ridiculous, bro. That's what separates the Lord from everyone else and every other deity. He stands on business. And he only asks you to do what he's doing. That's what makes it fair. That's what makes it fair. And I believe, like I said, we built the matrix. We built the civilization, the city. Everything's a replica of what the heavens is. If you really look at a city, right? Go look at New York in a picture from far away. And then think about watching music. You ever see when people are playing the music and that line goes up, and every time they hit the keys, the line jumps up and down and shit. Look at music, and then look at a city and realize you're seeing the same thing. Little buildings, little vibrations, and then bigger vibrations, bigger sounds, taller sounds, scaling at different sizes, you know, scale, buildings, you know. Oh, so building is, oh, okay, vibration. We literally stare at vibration and don't even realize it. Well, you don't realize it. Me, on the other hand, I've learned that a long time ago, moving to different cities and seeing the way they're all built the same and saying, why does everything look like I'm looking at musical notes? Why is this built in a pentagram? Why does this look like a big ass bird? Why does this look like this? Why does this look like that? Why is all these stars on the floor? Why are cities built in like star shapes and shit? And we don't know. And you get it? Because you start realizing shapes and shit mean things. It does things. You know? Boogity, boogity, boil, boil, bubble and trouble. And that's the end of this video because they won't let it out. All love, all praise to the Most High.